Hi, this is Chris, Video Game Dust Sleeves, and you're listening to the VGDS podcast with Bones06.
Hi, I'm Tom.
DanCavDragon,
Hey, how's it going?
that level,
It belongs in a museum.
and MT Shark 7.
Hey everyone.
As per the usual, sleeve it or leave it. First game, Mech Assault. Bones, sleeve it or leave it.
Well, honestly, I think it looked cool, probably 3D, but I'm still not gonna sleeve it. But it probably would make a cool 3D sleeve.
Dan,
I'm gonna pass on this game. I've never played it before.
MT Shark,
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on this one as well.
and that level.
Yeah, I probably would as well. I mean, I agree with Bones. It could be cool 3D pop, as well as like maybe some LED with the blast effects there. But I didn't really play it.
Next title, Jet Set Radio Future. MT Shark,
Yeah, let's leave this one.
DanCav,
I do like this game. It's pretty original. I would probably sleeve it.
that level,
Yeah, it's like
and Bones.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna skip it.
Next title, Whacked. Bones.
Yeah, let's do that one. And especially just because I think that would be really cool 3D pop. I would do that one.
That level.
I never played it, so I don't have an emotional attachment to it. So probably not.
Dan.
Yeah, same. I'm not too familiar with this game, so I wouldn't sleeve it.
MT Shark.
Yeah, let's leave it. Just because it's a Xbox exclusive title.
And last title, Voodoo Vince. Dan.
I don't remember this game. I'll have to say no for now.
That level.
Never played it, even though it has my name in there.
Bones.
Well, I gotta say, it really does look interesting, just in general, and it being an Xbox exclusive. I don't know. There's something about that box art. I really like that, and I know for a fact you would do something neat with 3D on that. I'm gonna go with sleeve that one too.
Did I
a, lot
miss?
of a lot of sleeves from both this go around.
Yeah, that's right. Look out.
Did I miss anybody on that one? I don't think I did I?
Me.
Oh, okay, Mark.
Yeah, let's leave it.
Do you notice a trend? I mean, they're all Xbox exclusive titles.
Yes.
Every single one of them. All right. Guess that box art. Does anybody ponder the guess?
It looks like
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Nothing, man.
Is that a
Yeah.
turkey?
No. Anything, Dan?
Oh no, you're gonna get us good with these Xbox titles, I think.
Not even. All right. It's an Xbox exclusive title, if that helps.
Yeah.
Both of them are actually.
Just because of the wacky faces. Kid Chameleon 2, even though I knew that didn't exist.
Man, you guys probably are not gonna get this first one.
The thing is, the dude on the left looks familiar with the headband on.
I'm trying to figure out a way to give you guys a hint.
It's nowhere near a turkey. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Jesus.
Xbox exclusive.
Yep. So
And-
in the title, it's a type of karate.
Monkey karate?
It's no. It's a
Type of martial arts.
no. Name types of karate, like you'll eventually trip on the name, and then we can go from there. There's like jujitsu, and this is a very really common type of karate. Not taekwondo, not jujitsu. I'm really limited to choices here.
That is the common karate.
Aikido.
No.
Taekwondo.
No.
Man.
Voodoo
I
Vince.
don't know.
It starts with a K.
Kung Fu.
Yes. It's a
Kung
type,
Fu Panda.
it's a type of karate. It's kung fu, and then kung fu blank.
Kung Fu Heroes? I don't know.
No.
Man.
The person on the left, what they look like they're really pissed off, right?
Kung
Kung
Fu
Fu Meanies.
Kung Fu Fury?
Close, Dan. But the word starts with a C.
Kung Fu Chaos?
Yes.
Oh man. Never heard of
Wow.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
this. We love our Xbox.
How about the next one? Do you want to even
Oh, the
fathom?
next,
Isn't it like
this one I know.
Do you?
Yeah, that one. It's like Blinks the cat or something, right?
You got the first word, blinks.
Blinks. That's it, right? That's the name of the game.
No.
Blinks the Time Sweeper.
Yep. Mark got it.
Okay.
Blinks the
I think I
time.
might
sweeper.
have that one.
You probably do. The top one's not. I don't think that's very common, but I know that the second one is. Okay, Bones.
Okay, after that fiasco is done, we are on to the best sleeve of the month.
Yo, hold up. What happens if I didn't give you guys a hint, like practically give you the answer? You know how many
Could've
times?
showed us.
Yeah, you could have just left it.
I could have just left
the
it.
losers.
And guess what? It would have went right back in.
You could have shown us the entire cover too, but we wouldn't have gotten it. Without the title, you probably showed us the whole picture, and I still wouldn't have gotten it.
All right, Bones. Sorry to cut you off.
Okay. All right. Let's get on to the logo sleeve of the month here, guys. And this month we have the Game Grinder. I've never seen this sleeve before.
It's an older sleeve.
Yeah, no, I've not seen that one before. I didn't even know you had that. I don't even know who he is. I'd have to look him up. But if anybody is interested in that, it's a pretty nice looking sleeve. I like the gray. I don't think you really have that many gray sleeves.
No, I don't think so either.
But yeah, if anyone is interested in it, contact Chris and he will hook you up with one.
What should go in the Game Grinder sleeve?
Friday the 15th?
There you go. Anything gory, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Metal
Gear makes sense. Metal.
Hey guys, I bought Voodoo Vince.
Yeah, Bones.
Nice.
He's back.
Podcast pickup. Woo, woo.
I need to pick that one up too. Apparently, I don't have that one.
I don't have it. I picked it
I
up.
piqued the interest so much he bought it.
I looked at Whacked, and it
I
was
knew that
kinda
was coming.
expensive.
I kind of figured somebody would look that game up.
It's kind of expensive. It's not cheap.
I think I have that one.
All right, Dan.
All right, franchise of the month. Off to a great start here with the Xbox. All right, so in the past when we did console podcasts and we talked about, or in the franchise of the month segment, we talked about that console's impact on history and whatnot. So at the top here, I'm showing some of the franchises that Xbox is known for, and so simply, where would you rank the Xbox in terms of exclusive franchises? You know, like where do you, in terms of its contribution to video gaming and where it stands today? So there are some of the titles on the top row that are started off as Xbox franchises, exclusive Xbox franchises, and then on the bottom row there are some franchises that doesn't necessarily start on Xbox, but they did have an exclusive installment of the franchise on that's only on the Xbox. So there are some interesting titles there, and so just curious to see what people think about that. So Bones, take it away.
Well, yes, I've played a bunch of games on that list right there. Of course, I've tried the Steel Battalion. I have some of these other ones. I have the Style and Scope. I have Toe Jam and Earl. I've played that. Dino Crisis I don't have. Dead or Alive I have. Dance Revolution I have. Never played that. Conquer Live and Reloaded I have that as well. Just turned it on and played a tiny bit of it. I don't think I have Panzer Dragoon. I actually had got that Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic from a thrift store and it was screwed up, so I ended up buying a new copy online. What's the what does that say? Otoga?
Otogi, that's the
yeah.
game that Mark thought was game of the guess that box art.
Yeah.
No, I haven't played that. I never even heard of it. I'm pretty sure I have that Dead or Alive or one close to it. I don't really play those. Forza, I mean, basically the first 4 games you have on there are probably the most iconic to me that I played. I played a bunch of Fable. I played a lot of Project Gotham and Forza. Thing is, I got bored with modding the cars and all that stuff. Yeah, the visuals look great and all, but that eventually got pretty boring to me. So yeah, they were great, and I do have good memories of those. But I think Halo has to be take the cake for that one. Like all around, I played so much Halo and Halo 2 online. It was ridiculous. That was my main go-to for, I would have to say, all of those games up there. Halo had to be, because it was awesome. And that was probably back in like, I'm going to say 2005 was when I was playing a lot of that. But yeah, I've definitely have played a bunch of these games that you got right here. But there's a bunch I still don't have.
Alrighty. How about you, Vince? And where would you rank the Xbox in terms of exclusive franchises? And have you any of those other installments or must plays?
Yeah, it's hard to like really kind of quantify some of this stuff because there's really only 4 titles that kind of move on to the 360, and then like there's only 3 that move forward beyond that. Anyway, out of this whole list of stuff, you know, you're looking at like Halo, Project Gotham, Fable, Forza, and Dead or Alive. They move on to the 360. None of the rest of this stuff does, and they don't even continue beyond the point that they're here. I mean, even with KOTOR, we only got the second one, and we got the MMO, but that was only on PC. Otogi only went one more game. These are great franchises. I mean, I still play Halo today with my friends on occasion, even though I wasn't a big Halo fan at the beginning. The Panzer Dragon Orta is really cool. Because when you beat the game, you unlock the first game, so you can kind of replay that on there. But, I mean, this is a pretty good solid list, but I really think that the franchises that really are known for the Xbox itself don't really start showing up until the 360.
Yeah, I would agree. It's hard to go back to the Xbox and find like killer franchises, but definitely Halo. I think that's helped the system exist, like survive and go on to future generations. Is probably the success of that one game. So
Forza and
Yeah.
Halo.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the only one I would like add in here that isn't here would probably be like Ninja Gaiden, because we got Ninja Gaiden Black, but we got 2 and 3, and the other one on the 360.
Wasn't Ninja Gaiden also on PlayStation 3 though?
yeah.
They
That's
did-
why.
They did the Sigma stuff.
Um,
When they did 3, it was kind of it was on both platforms.
yeah, I didn't put that on there because I
Yeah.
thought that it did show up on PlayStation as well,
Yeah,
but
it did.
I forget it might have been here it might have been first on Xbox.
Yeah.
How about you, Mark?
Yeah, I really like the exclusives of Xbox. I was actually I started going for exclusive set, and I've been enjoying all the games I've been playing. But I kind of ventured off to collecting for other stuff. But after this podcast, I think I need to start going back and collecting more exclusives.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, definitely. I had to do my research to put this together. I discovered a lot of titles. I was like, I totally forgot about this title. So, yeah. But anything to add, Chris?
Not really. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't really have many of these titles actually. I have, obviously Halo and a couple Fable games, but I think my Fable games are on 360, so I can't even include those.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm far behind on Xbox, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like my collection is not big for this at all, and I didn't get this until way later. I didn't get it when it first was released. I think I got it like I want to say 2010 or 12, in that area.
Mhm.
And like Xbox, for some reason, in my area, just to pick up, it's hard to find. Like, even if you go to, I have 4 different retro stores that I can go to, possibly even 5, and out of all of them, not too many sell Xbox. Just original Xbox.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say something, but it comes up later in the question and
Okay.
answer, so I'll leave it.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, I'm just gonna say it's like everything else. Like, we can't find Nintendo games for the most part out in the wild like crazy anymore. Like, the Xbox has kind of hit that acme point where it's gonna start becoming slimmer and slimmer.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to go online and like eBay or whatever to pick up titles. Macari.
Yeah, because think about it. When we went out there, like you'll see like a section of GameCube, and it's all like the stuff you're not looking for, and like that's all that's there. And the same thing with the OG Xbox and the 360. There's usually not a lot of the games that you're actually pursuing on those shelves, and there's usually a small section.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's it for franchise of the month.
Yep. Still you, Dan.
All right. Next segment is Guess the Year, a new segment we introduced. If
Were you guys? I don't think you guys were here for that. Dad level. Were you here? You were here, right?
Yeah, I was here for the first one.
Okay, Mark, were you here?
No, I don't think I was.
No, I don't think you were. All right. So a newcomer for Guess That Year.
All right, so yeah, I can't do podcast pickups every podcast, although we did have one just now by Bones. But yeah, on occasions where I don't have anything new to add, I came up with another segment called Guess the Year. I just have some fun facts, and try to go around and see if anybody guesses the year. I try to make it not super obvious. So this one, I'll just read off some of the highlights, and I'll go around and ask what year is this. For example, in this year, the game It Takes Two wins multiple awards for Game of the Year. Disco Elysium, which is a game I have never actually played, and this made me want to go back and get it. Disco Elysium was the highest rated game of the year. We mentioned before Mass Effect as one of the franchises of the month, but in this particular year, Mass Effect Legendary Edition came out. Other events that happened in this year, the Roblox Corporation debuts on the New York Stock Exchange. And finally, Super Mario World opens in Japan at Universal Studios. So I will have my trusty dice here. I'll roll quick. And number one, it is Bones again. I think you won it last time. Bones guessed the year, and then after that, we'll go around and see if they want to, if somebody else thinks it's correct or higher or lower. So Bones, what year is this?
2019.
19. Dad level, what do you think? Higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher. Mark, what do you think?
I think it's 2019 as well.
2019. And Chris?
It's higher.
Higher. All right. It is the year 2021. So,
Oh, wow.
those of you guessed higher, Vince and Chris, you're right. It's 2021.
I knew it had to be higher just because of the grand opening in Japan of the Super Mario World. I knew that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. There's some obvious, that's not that long ago, and there's obvious things.
And
that
It
happened
Takes Two. I remember that game being released.
Pretty new, pretty recent, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to go back and check out Disco Elysium. Never played that game.
Yeah, I never even heard of it.
All right, let's guess this year.
All right.
Guess the year.
Wow.
Now on to the actual system podcast, which obviously you guys should know by now if you're still here listening.
Mm-hmm.
This is system podcast number 5, the Xbox. Everything has been about the Xbox so far, besides Game of the Year, but that's okay. I'll give you a little background if you don't know much about the Xbox. Xbox was released in North America on November 15, 2001. In Europe and Japan in 2002. It's a 6th-gen console competing with PlayStation 2 and GameCube. This is the first console produced by an American company since the Jaguar in 93. First console with a built-in hard drive. Sold 1.5 million before the end of 2001, outsold by PlayStation 2. Sold poorly in Japan due to the size and overabundance of American marketed games. First console to be released by Microsoft. Discontinued in 2005. There's 996 titles released for the Xbox. Since from this episode on, I think I'm going to start adding this a little bit of background on how many games sold. And the number one selling game was Halo 2 at 8.46 million. Then
Wow.
another number 2 was Halo Combat, which was 5 million. And believe it or not, Shinbo Jack, man. Number 3 is Sneak King
Really?
at 3.2 million.
That
Oh, I
$5,
never believe.
Wow.
that $5 game?
That $5
Yeah.
game, 3.2 million.
Wow.
Did they give it away at Burger King and all their combos or something?
Well, they
Jeez.
did. I mean, you had an option to get the game at Burger King, so I mean, it's possible that it sold quite that many. I mean,
There's a lot of Whoppers.
yeah. I mean,
Jeez.
all right. So this is probably what could have happened. Like, maybe they made that many of that game. You know what I mean? Thinking that there was going to be an outbreak for that game, but I'm kind of shocked. I have to talk to Shinbo Jack about this.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you haven't got it yet, definitely chase it down. We all did. So
We all did.
Yeah, we did because of him.
Hmm.
All right. Let's continue on here.
the actual question.
Yes.
Now.
Yep. The first question: your experience with the console. Have you played it? If so, when was the first time? Bones.
It was either the end of 2004 or the beginning of 2005 because it was definitely around the winter time. I remember I had just moved out earlier before that into the house, and that was like one of the main staples was having that console. Played a lot of Halo, to say the least.
That level.
Let me see. I probably played it first because of Halo, because of my friends. But I know that I didn't get the console myself personally until KOTOR came out. I was a big Star Wars fan, and I had to have that game.
Dan.
Yeah, same. I wasn't day one owner of this console. I waited a little bit. Mainly my friends had it. They were really into Halo. I guess this was probably one of the earlier first-person shooters on a console that really hit it off, I guess. And I would say GoldenEye, but then this one got a lot of people into like first-person shooters, and so a lot of people I knew started collecting buying Xboxes for Halo. And so I played it. I didn't like. I'm not a first-person shooter guy, so I didn't like it. So I waited until later to get it.
And Mark.
Yeah, I played this over at my friend's house, and he had Halo, and I was like, wow, this is really good. And so I wanted to pick it up, and I was working at Target at the time, and once they had the deal where you can get the 2 free games, and it actually came with a third-party controller, I was like, oh man, I gotta jump on that. And that's when I picked up my console.
All right. Question 2. Do you collect for this console? How many games do you own for this console? Bones?
Oh man, I think I'm up to 275, 276, something like that. I'm not really actively collecting for it, even though Vince, I just bought a game with your name in it.
Voodoo Vince!
It's become more of a very selective purchasing for it, but I'm not really collecting actively for many discs, consoles. I'm sticking solely on a cartridge at the current moment.
That level.
I probably have maybe 50 games for it. I do on occasion look for games, and if it's something I want to pick up, I'll pick up. But it's like it's not something where I must have something for that system.
DanCav.
Yeah, I collect for the system still. I have about 183 games. I'm looking at my app. So not as many as Bones, that's for sure. I was very selective with this. I didn't buy a bunch of games I didn't want for it. I really only wanted to buy games that I was after, and so I would never buy Xbox games unless I really wanted it. But recently, I've started going back and getting a lot of cheap games for it whenever I can.
And MT Shark.
Yeah, I collect for this console. Which need to go back to get more exclusives. And I have, according to Game I own 179 games for it.
Oh, wow.
Number 3. Impact of this console on video game history. Anybody? Anybody know any impacts?
Well, I mean, this.
Yeah, it was a... No, you got it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mark.
All right,
Good.
Go ahead.
It
Go ahead. You can do it.
It was in the Guinness Book of World Records for like the most powerful gaming console. I think in 2001.
I mean, it was the start of Microsoft into the gaming consoles. That's what I would think for first and foremost.
For me, I would say it was the console that allowed you to system link multiple consoles to play multiplayer Halo, and kind of like thrusted the first-person shooter into the limelight more than GoldenEye. But even though like there was already a, golden age for first-person shooters on the PC, but this really helped prove that consoles had the power and the ability to usher in, first-person shooters for, this next generation at that time.
Yeah, I would add that. I mean, the fact that we still have Xbox today, obviously this console was important enough to make an impact and establish Microsoft as a gaming powerhouse. And also, what Mark said was correct. At the time, it was the most powerful game console, and I think that's the only thing I can think of that I think when people think of Xbox versus PlayStation today, they always kind of give Microsoft the edge in terms of the power of the console throughout the console wars in later generations, because at the time, Microsoft was like, hey, we want to be the most powerful.
I mean, if you think about it, you would think that it would be the most powerful, considering it's Microsoft.
Yeah, they're a computer company, right?
Exactly.
And Sony makes TVs, right? So yeah.
They had Ethernet as well, and possibly, I believe it was the first console that actually gave us the first DLC.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that was for Splinter Cell, right?
I think so.
And then you got Halo 2, the multiplayer map pack.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good on that. Good on number 4.
That was 3, right?
Oh yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Jumping ahead.
Mm-hmm.
4. Current state of collector for this console. Dan?
Yeah, I think we talked about it a little bit earlier. I think in general, I mean, you don't go out and see that many Xbox titles, in your local game store probably. But I will say I don't think it's that super expensive or hard to collect most of the titles. I think they're still relatively, at least when when I go and shop for Xbox stuff, usually the stuff isn't that expensive. I'm sure there's holy grails and stuff, but in general, I think most of the games are pretty achievable without breaking the bank.
Anybody else have anything to add to that?
I would agree with Dan on that. I mean, I still see them in the wild.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. 5. The games. This console's best known for which type of games? Anybody?
I'd say
shooters, right?
yeah, shooters and sports games.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody
I
else?
was gonna say more adultish would be my thoughts.
Yeah, driving games too.
Yeah.
It seems to, because it was more shooters and things like that, it seemed like it was more for teenagers. And I don't want to say it's necessarily just shooters, though, because there was a lot of different games they had on there when you think about it.
All right, number 6. Again with the games. Name some classic titles for this console. We kind of already named a lot of them, but anybody have anything?
I mean, there's a ton. There's a million of them. Stubbs the Zombie. I mean, you could keep going down the line.
Does anybody besides?
Guys, Max Payne.
There you go. I was going to say, does anybody else have anything besides what we already mentioned? You guys just did Stubbs, Max Payne.
Yeah, the Buffy games were on that. Dude, I love the Lord of the Rings games on there. The Evil Dead.
Crazy Taxi 3.
Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
And the House of Dead 3.
Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2.
Yeah. I
Played
do
better
the hell out of them.
Yeah. Mark mentioned Splinter Cell. That's a good title, because I remember that was like for people who couldn't play Metal Gear, that was what you wanted to play.
Dude, Legacy of Kain and then Doom was on there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I played Black, never beat it though.
All right, number 7, the games. Name some games to avoid. Anybody got anything?
Drake.
You said Drake?
99 Dragons. That's one.
I think there's actually quite a few games on that system that are not that good.
Anything on the top of your head that you could just be like, yeah?
No, not that I can think of.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
There's no Superman 64 of the Xbox.
Well, wasn't there like a Celebrity Deathmatch or something on there that was really bad? Or was that fun? I thought there was a Celebrity Deathmatch that was bad.
I have no clue.
I don't think so.
Ask me like 20 years ago. I probably
I love to destroy all humans on there.
yeah, Stubbs the zombie or whatever. That was a good one too.
All right, number 8. Any memorable hardware or peripherals for this console? I just keep it open-ended. Anybody have anything?
I named them already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dan, anything?
Steel Battalion controllers for this console, right, Bones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember
Yeah.
was this or 360.
There's like Line of Contact, and then there's Steel Battalion. And there might be one other game that works on it, but that's it. There's only like 2, maybe 3 games that work for that controller.
Good on that one. On to the next question.
Mm-hmm.
9. If you want to check out the console without the actual hardware and games, what are the best alternatives?
Xbox Store on any of the 360 Series X. You can find them usually digitally.
I mean, that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say this question is hard because this was, I was originally talking about emulation, and I don't think we're at the point where we can emulate.
No, I don't think so.
But that's a great point about the backward compatibility of like the current
Mhm.
Xbox systems, and they're really good about supporting the older titles and stuff.
That's probably the only way. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So number 10, platinum hits. Yes or no? Go down the line, Bones.
Doesn't matter to me.
That level.
I really can't stand that gray cart. I mean, I have a few, and it's just like I'll just deal with it. But no, it needs to be that green box.
Dan,
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
you need that uniformity. I know you guys.
This is a bandana softball question, but yeah, we avoid those platinum hits.
And
Sorry,
Mark.
man, I can't approve.
Mark.
Yeah, I don't mind platinum hits.
All right, last question. Let's get my opinion on about sleeving these for the console. Easy, enjoyable, popular seller, nice box art. And then I'll give an example. Easy. Yeah, they're easy. Pretty straightforward. They're more enjoyable than something smaller, for sure. Because the smaller ones, they're really tedious. Popular seller, not so much. Not too many people buy. I don't think, honestly, let me think about this. I don't think anybody's bought an Xbox sleeve.
You have some names there. Doom 3, is that yours?
Yeah, they're
I have one. You gave me
that, but you didn't buy those, Bones. I gave those to you.
No, man, didn't I? The Corvette ones.
Oh yeah, was that Corvette one an Xbox or was it a
Yeah,
PlayStation 2?
one Corvette was an Xbox, one was a PlayStation 2. And then you gave me an Xbox One as a present for Doom.
Right, both of those I gave you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I
All right,
have
so
some
you did get one. So I literally did one Xbox sleeve. That was Corvette because Bones is a huge Corvette fan, so he needed it sleeved.
Here's a question for Bones. True or false? There's a Barbie game on the Xbox.
On the Xbox, there's a Barbie game. I'm gonna go with false.
It is true. Barbie Horse Adventure is on that.
Yeah.
Well, that's
All
on
right.
PlayStation 2. I have it on PS2.
So, my example, which kind of Bones already said, I did Doom 3, Resurrection of Evil, and Doom 3, which is completely two different games, for Bones for his birthday one year, 3D'd. So he has both of those. That's it, and Barbie is officially on Xbox. Bones.
Yes.
All right.
Poor Xbox.
It's a little bit pricey, Bones. You might want to hunt that down.
No,
Yeah, right now if you can.
I don't need it on another console just for the sake of it. If it was in the dollar bin, okay, I'd grab it, but I'm not going to actively hunt down more expensive crap titles that I'm not going to play. I've got a copy. I'm good.
Look at the cover. It looks like it's third-party bootleg.
It probably is.
Well, Vince, I went out of my way and had a Barbie binge and bought a whole bunch of Barbie games at one time too. So I've got a bunch of them in my collection.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
No, I look forward to one day I'm just gonna start grabbing crap games and sit down and just play random crap games.
That's bargain bin special to you. You don't know that? That's what he does. Literally, he goes looking for the crap games and plays them.
I have no problem with having them, dude. I laughed my ass off playing the Barbie one on Genesis.
I don't either. I think they're good to have in your collection. You
never know.
You need to be well-rounded and diverse when you collect video games.
Yeah, that's true.
On that note, game of the month, Bones.
I'm gonna go with The Suffering.
Dad level.
Knights of the Old Republic 2.
DanCav.
I will say the new Jedi Survivor that just came out.
And MC Shark.
Made of Skier.
All right. Thank you guys for joining me with this system podcast. There's many, many, many more to do. The list will keep growing, I'm sure. I'm not sure what we're doing next. I know, Vince, you mentioned you want a handheld, doing a handheld.
Yeah.
We definitely will be. Maybe that will be the next go around.
Well, that sounds good.
What handheld? Did we figure out what handheld to do first? Anybody?
We didn't say. We can
we can think of it right now.
decide.
On the spot.
Gear?
You say Game
Yeah,
Gear.
Game Gear. PSP would be cool. I mean, technically, it could be just a general one with everything. Like, what's our favorite? That's a whole question thing.
Yeah, we can do that separate from this. Like, if you want to do like a Mod Podge of handheld, just handheld podcast, period. But on these particular podcasts, I like to break them down.
Mm-hmm.
So, you say Game Gear. You guys have any other opinions besides Game Gear?
Top Wave Zodiac.
Yeah, I'll be sure to put that on here next.
PSP would be good. Game Boy Color.
Yeah, I would say I like any of those suggestions. The only thing I would say is I would add just Game Boy since it's the first one. You know.
So you want to do Game Boy then?
Well, I mean, we don't have to. I'm just saying that was my suggestion.
Dude, we could do it on Tiger handhelds, Dan. You got a Tiger handheld?
yeah.
Yeah, we'll add that to we'll
Tiger
add that along with the Tab Wave Zodiac that you want to.
Yeah, we'll have one for all these oddball, like, you know, that
There
don't deserve their
we
own.
go.
He gets Mondo.
Yeah, anything that doesn't deserve its own podcast.
You know what? Let's go with we'll do Game Gear since that was the first thing that came to mind.
That's fair.
All
Yeah.
right.
So we'll do that next system podcast. Just keep it in mind for when we
Sounds good.
start up sometime next month.
And then we already have another topic from Bargain Bin, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
If anybody else wants suggest topics, feel free.
Yes, please. Even the listeners, if there are any. If you guys have a topic, please put it in the comment section. You know, that's what it's there for, right? To leave comments. I do reply.
Absolutely.
I do reply. All right. On that note, thank you guys again. Please like, comment, and subscribe. As always, don't blow, just leave. Later.
See you.
Remember
Yeah.
the game.
Bones.
Who's that?
Vince.
Hey guys.
Mark.
I'm here.
And Dan.
Podcast 2.